Even though it doesn't happen too often, we all get really lucky sometimes. And when it gets caught on camera, it can be amazing to watch. At La Tour de Langkawi in Malaysia, there's a path that gets confusing. So they hired a marshal to signal the cyclist to turn rather than go straight. What the organizers did not expect was to all of them to be so close to each other. It doesn't take much thinking the destruction an elephant could do to a car, considering they weigh thousands of pounds. These tourists got extremely lucky that the safari driver was incredibly quick to act. It's always a good idea to hit the snow with a walking stick before attempting to ski on it, but sometimes that's simply not enough. This skater managed to do an incredible save after falling to land. When a streamer was getting a little bit of input from the chat saying his stream was getting boring, a 1 in a billion perfect timing moment happened.
Do something cool on board.
At a high school basketball game, a near 90 feet buzzer beater shot was so good that even the police had to get involved. An incredibly scary moment happened when a truck brakes failed, and the driver couldn't stop for a bus carrying senior citizens. Luckily, the bus driver and the passengers understood what was going on, but the bus still just narrowly missed all the other cars. During a night out with his friends, this casual bowling player got unlucky when his ball split in half. But did he? Even though he was using a tripod to record for safety reasons, this man was still just inches away from losing his expensive camera. A glitch in the Matrix happened when a football player went to clap, but somehow caught the ball. In professional football matches, seeing a nutmeg tends to be unusual, but it does happen at times. But during a football match in Japan, a 4-man nutmeg goal happened for the first time ever. It's no secret that most of the braking force is sent to the front, but if there's snow or ice, a truck can't transfer its weight as effectively, making it very slow to come to a stop. An Audi driver that was parked just after a hill got extremely lucky when the truck stopped inches away from hitting his car. This man won the vending machine lottery when he got 6 packs of chips for $2.
Go. Drop.
Even though it seemed like he was testing his luck by repeatedly hitting the giant icicle, this man still got incredibly lucky that he had great equipment. In probably one of the best cricket moments ever, Harleen Diol showed her incredible awareness of boundary ropes and tossed the ball up into the field of play and jumped back to catch the ball.
Oh, brilliant! Stunning!
Knowing where you are right next to the boundary, tiptoeing and getting the timing just right.
This kid hit the jackpot when he went to the roof to get his ball that accidentally got stuck in there, and came across dozens of more footballs. Due to wind conditions and sheer length, this shouldn't even really be possible, but somehow it happened. When a cable on top threatened to undo hours of hard work for this man, his Spider-Man senses switched on, and he managed to save the inventory. This basketball player will remember this three-pointer for the rest of his life. In order to prevent drones from just falling to the ground if they ran out of battery, companies like DJI have a special feature that uses the last bit of battery to override itself and slowly descend to the ground. This guy managed to catch the drone just a second before it hit the ground. In probably one of the craziest challenges, Domino's offered 250,000 pounds in a halftime contest to a fan who could hit the crossbar from 100 feet. Something that they thought it was never going to happen, but well, somehow it did.
Come on. It's close. Yes!
Lamborghinis are well known to have some of the worst blind spots. This is why you always want to check over your shoulder before crossing a road. A few weeks ago, history happened when a $2.04 billion lottery was announced, making it the largest in human history. And even though no one knows who won or if they even lost the ticket, they do know which store sold it, and they got a $1 million prize just for selling the ticket. And well, the owner said that it came at the best time, because he's expecting a grandkid in just a month.
I have a big family. I'm going to spread out on the kid and the grandchildren. My son expecting baby in a 2 month.
In Perth, Western Australia, a man with amazing eyesight managed to see a cow in a pitch-dark road.
So it does not have the color attachment or enforcement. What the Royal Commission does is...
A marine biologist that dedicates to researching sharks said that she rushed into the water too fast, causing a nearby shark to get scared and try to attack. Luckily, she was fine and doesn't blame the shark.
Holy crap.
When Lana Del Rey walked into a clothing store, the employee didn't recognize her, so she was just left to shop in peace. And eventually she bought something, so the employee went to ring it at the register. And that's when she realized it was Lana Del Rey. And turns out she was a huge fan.
I dropped my I'm like, are you Lana Del Rey? She's like, I was like, can I hug you?
This Twitch streamer Lothar HS had probably the luckiest play in the game of Fortnite caught on camera. After some workers did a bad patchwork, they were lucky that a pedestrian was even luckier. With the average depth of a mine shaft being over 2,000 feet, you'd think there are warnings near it. Thankfully, these bikers took notice. Not sure how this Audi R8 managed to get so much grip on the grass, but it was a little too close for comfort. Sometimes you're simply stuck in traffic after a family of bears wandered on the road, and all of a sudden one of the bears gets up to give you a high five. When there's bad weather outside, sometimes it's simply better to not go out. Luckily, there was no one on the road, but this was an unexpected landslide that happened in broad daylight. This zebra has no idea how lucky it got when it avoided being an alligator's lunch. Okay, I'm not sure why this man is working as a delivery person when he could easily be in any football club. An iceberg is created when a piece of glacier breaks off, also known as when a glacier calves, and sometimes these pieces of ice can actually measure hundreds of feet in height and create tsunami-like waves when they collapse. When some explorers were looking at some glaciers, all of a sudden a piece collapses, and the quick reaction of the driver got them out of there unscathed. In a 1 in a billion moment at a football game, a goalkeeper failed at his task successfully when he saved a penalty without even really noticing. During halftime at an NBA game, a random fan got picked from the crowd for a chance to win $20,000 if they made a half-court shot.
Uh-oh! Oh! 7-point lead. And the crowd going crazy as we have a winner in the midst. This sellout crowd is on its feet, roaring. It's approved.
This is perhaps one of the best bowling shots in history. These hungry monkeys didn't have any idea that they would win the equivalent of the Animal Kingdom's lottery when a person went and dropped hundreds of bananas for them.